I literally tell directors now that I've been pretty accomplished, I will walk onto a set because I liberated myself. And I literally would say this and remind people. I would tell this to script supervisors who try to give me a note the moment I'm done with it, rehearsing a scene. I'm like, it's okay. I'm going to get there because I know my own esteem when it comes to getting my lines right, getting my blocking right. I have to liberate myself to make a mistake. I've told people like Steven Spielberg, and he literally told me that back to me. He says, your first 3 takes, you're figuring things out. By the 4th, you're in the pocket. So before I start dialing it in, I like to still be open and not have made concrete decisions on how something has to be played. Oh, by the way, I did just drop Steven Spielberg's name. I just want to make sure we knew that.
We all know that.
I just want to know where the I just dropped it.
I would too.
But anyway, I remember when I was on that set, with what he just said now, is especially the point that I wanted to point out is especially when the script advisor and that team that gives you tips on what they think you should do once you have prepared a set. You've prepared a scene and like your character. The especially because he said that he is now a well accomplished. So now he is able to do and say what he does not want, and what he how he
thinks it should go.
How he exactly because he prepared for this thing. Meaning, I wanted to pinpoint on that particular part there. Now that he is accomplished, he is able to do A, B, C, and D. He's able to tell them pretty much what he thinks things should go. Stop taking this off, baby. It's hot. Right? That's the main part. That's the main part that I wanted to to point out, is especially when they think that you are nothing.
Yeah. Which is something that shouldn't actually happen like that, because when you're an actor, whether you are accomplished or not, at the point you are an actor and should be respected as much as an accomplished actor.
I mean,
Right.
look, let's cut the nonsense. We all know that will never happen.
Yes, but
It will never happen.
that's how
Not in
it
this world that we
should.
live in.
That's how it should be.
You're an artist. You know that's never going to happen. But yes, of course it should be like that. Because people work hard to be where they are. But it ain't going to happen. My point was not necessarily how they're not the idea of how we should be treated. No. Is especially when they think that you are nothing. Meaning you're not respected as an artist. You're not respected for the job that you booked. You're not respected for the role that they gave you. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like there's this thing that shuts you. It's like they shut you out as if you don't have a voice, as if you just appeared out of nowhere. You get my point? We know how these things are supposed to, what the etiquette and what the respect behind these things are. But they don't give a fuck about that.
No, they don't.
So that point for me was important, because it's like, wait, you understand you put me in this position and in this role, right? Because you saw something about me in my audition, so you offered me this role, and it's a particular role, right? So I'm here.
Now that we are here, you're not gonna be given respect that you deserve.
You understand? You're not gonna give me the freedom to show you what I have first with the character. Oh, it was so annoying. I remember, like almost like every other second, like like let's say every scene or every 2 takes or whatever, then the script writer come. Hello. Okay, so basically, you see this line here. So yeah, it's like that. It's kind of like you say it like this, and yeah. Oh, okay, cool, okay.
Also, isn't that something that should happen prior to starting?
I wanted to go there
like,
also.
Isn't that something that should be either a day before or early in the day before you actually start shooting, that you come together and then they tell you, okay, this is how this line should go. Because if you give me a script, I'm going to interpret it the way I think it should go, the way I see the character putting it out. So now you are on set and you are shooting now with a whole bunch of people, and then I deliver the line first time even, and then you come and be like, no, I think this line should be like this and like this and like that. So now you're making me not only feel like I'm not doing it right, but also feel like you're not giving me enough time to actually establish the character
Yes.
in the making.
Yeah.
Because a first take, yeah, everyone knows, it can be good, but you will still have another 8 takes after that, probably, so it's not even a thing like, let me get into the thing, get into the character, and then after like 3 takes or so, what is it, damn it, like he said, the guy who just
Domingo.
Domingo. Like, at least let me get to at least 3 takes. Then you come in and be like, okay, I think it should go this way and this way and that way. But don't like first take and then now you already in my face like, don't do it like that, do it like this, because you don't even know it may be just nerves, it may be just me warming up to it.
And the thing that I also found with that particular experience, which is why I'm pinpointing that experience that I had, is they also come across very impatient. Number one, I remember there was actually a bit of a discrepancy with the what is it, the callback with the, not a callback but a reading with the director. There was a bit of a discrepancy, I remember, because something happened that we ended up missing, some information was not missing, so we couldn't actually have a successful read with the other characters. I remember that. I'm sure you remember this also. So we couldn't, we couldn't go through that. So there should have been some prep. There actually should have been prep. But in the end, the director was like, nah, man, but okay, nah, anyway, I think you'll be good. And yeah. So I think also, like, the lack of preparation is also another thing. But here's the thing also, right? It's, yeah, I don't know who was the script advisor being sent by the director. I don't know, because she came around too often to a point where now I want to pinpoint on the part you're mentioning that also develops a bit of an insecurity.
Yeah.
Right? And it develops it's like, it's as if I don't know what I'm doing here. And either so two things happen when you're on set and that happens, right? You can become calm and maintain your cool and break yourself as we do as actors and characters and performers, right? That's what we do as performers in general, no matter what we're doing, right? Because direction can change at any given moment. We're not saying that direction cannot change, right? Now, let me just see this thing actually. Now, in the middle of all of that, after you break yourself the first time, you break yourself point 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so forth. What is it, baby? What is it? Ooh, this is nice. Continue. Let's continue, okay? Ooh, look at that. Let's do the zebra, right? I think
I have a. What do you want, baby?
she wants to play with these things today. That's what she wants.
Okay, drink your juice. Okay,
let me play head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Clearly this is not
I thought of the sun.
we have a child, man. I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
Like we can't stop. We can not work because of that. She needs to sleep.
What time is it?
12 past.
Put your hat on.
Where was I now?
Um,
Oh yeah. So
the-
two things can happen, right? After you break yourself, getting different notes constantly, right? Especially if they're constant. Right now, start to feel the disrespect, feel the disregard, right? Of something that I prepared for, something that I took a lot of time to create, right? Not that again, we have to have the ability to break ourselves so that we're able to work with it. That's just
Yeah.
how it works, right? But eventually, there's something that when there's also a sense of impatience when they come to you that they also come forth
Yeah.
with, and it's annoying, and it becomes disrespectful. You know what I mean? Like they look down on you, like, can you really do this, or what's happening here?
Yeah. Yeah.
That kind of a thing. So then two things can happen now after breaking yourself so many times. The very next thing that can happen is you can become rude.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can become literally difficult. Like, yo, fuck that shit. I'm doing this thing. I am doing it this way, and that's how prepared for it. You give me too many notes, and now you are frustrating me to a point where I'm beginning to forget my dialogue. I'm beginning to forget
Because
the
there's
whole point.
too many corrections
Way
now.
too
Then you
many.
end up forgetting your dialogue, and then it's now you're messing up the whole thing now, just
Exactly.
because that note, and in one scene, and it's like, okay, decide, like, really decide. And if you really wanted a specific thing, that should have been prepped for before, to avoid all of this,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I thought, and the other point, is what Domingo said is, you know, with his accomplishments now as a performer, as an actor, and he's got a hell of a story too, right? Is interesting to hear the same kind of experiences with actors on set, right? How, irrespective of how accomplished they are and how they're on that A standard, on they're A level, actors. They still have this kind of uh
Feel.
yeah,
Yeah.
like they have to prove themselves again, or tell these guys, look, you understand that it's been there's a track record now that I can do this thing, right? So and mind you, this can come across as rude or
Yeah.
abrupt or
Yeah.
whatever, or
Or
arrogant,
arrogant,
or
yes.
proud, or whatever, right? But it's also, how do you protect your territory?
And with that arrogance and what is it, trying to, what can I say, like, trying to be, basically, like, sometimes it's a very, it's too close to each other. Like, how do you say your piece and stay firm in what you want, or what you believe is what needs to happen, without also seeming arrogant,
Yeah, yeah.
you
How
know
do you stay true to the craft and stay
yes.
true to, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
to the character also,
I mean, the
with,
character,
yeah,
obviously, yeah.
without being arrogant about it,
I think you just got to do what you got to do.
because It's
I
like people
really
will
think
perceive
so.
it as being arrogant, as opposed to being like, oh, okay, I think you actually understand your
And it's
character. There should always be that window that is given to performers to be able to, to have a say, not
and
necessarily wanting to change it to your own
yeah, yeah.
storyline, but
Mm.
being able to just put out
And again,
yeah.
with everything that you said right now, it becomes like in this game, as we were talking like earlier today, it's so important to understand, to know who you are. It's so important for you to know who you are outside of the industry, outside of what we do, outside of the craft, that we cannot define ourselves and our worth according to that. Because when it comes to these kinds of things, when they just happen out of nowhere, if you don't know who you are, then you won't be able to handle yourself accordingly or appropriately, right? Because it doesn't just, the challenge is not like the challenging the character that's wearing a fucking 1960 suit. You know what I mean? You are the character that's wearing that. So now it challenges you as a person, and your characteristics and who you are, and basically your morals, your values. Those things get challenged, and they get questioned, and they get put to the test. You know what I mean? And then now you have to figure out, because a thin line, you have to figure out, okay, how am I going to tackle this now?
Yeah, yeah.
It's your name also, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot, a
Yeah.
lot, a lot is riding on that, and it's also you being true to yourself because you know who you are, right? So all of that comes into play. So then I think, and from there, that I think that's how you know how you get a hold on how to handle something. And it happens in any scenario for that matter. It doesn't have to be on set. It doesn't have to be an actor. It can be anywhere for that
Yeah,
matter.
yeah,
You
true.
know,
It really can be anywhere, because if
any
you,
industry.
yeah, if you don't know yourself, yeah, you
Yeah,
you will find yourself elsewhere.
yeah.
Yeah,
In muddy waters.
yeah.
You know,
Muddy waters.
serious muddy
Yeah.
waters. Yeah, and it's yeah.
Mm,
'Cause, and again, that's I'm gonna go back to that, especially when they think that you are not accomplished. Oh my God,
mm,
it's like watching a film while doing a film, and you're watching like, is this a reality? But then again, of course, we're not ignorant of the industry, and it's what
yeah,
it's
yeah.
whatnot. You know,
And it's really interesting how the people that we think are like the A-listers, or rather that are the A-listers, that they also still have to go through that, being a star for many
that's
many
insane.
years, and doing great
That
productions,
is insane.
big productions, and they still have to go through something like
and
that.
and imagine, sitting on this chair now, feeling like, yo, man, I might have done some work, but not necessarily recognized yet, right? Where that's concerned. And it's like feeling the same thing now on the chair that I'm or on the train that I'm with, where I'm going, traveling in, and then seeing the people that have been on trains, you know what I'm saying? And they still have certain sentiments about what happens,
Yeah, it's
you
sad.
know with sets and productions or whatever. And also how they feel also, like, oh my God, like the emotions they express is fucking, it's insane.
Even being nervous, they still get nervous,
This
and I mean, I guess
insensitive, man, like,
that's kind of, I don't know if I can even say it's normal for
it's
people
humane.
that, yeah,
Yeah.
that have been on the screens all their lives, and yet they still get a bit of, nerves when
Mm.
when they have to do a new production.
Yeah.
It's, yeah. It's
But
interesting.
it's like what we said also. I guess it's constantly different territories
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you have to
Mm,
overcome. You gotta work on. Acting
mm,
is something else, man.
yeah.
Wow, if you
Yeah.
really think about it. I
It's
mean, I mean, just doing an interview or a podcast or whatever comes with its own,
yeah. Now.
sensitivities
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
nerve-wracking moments.
It
Because
does.
that's when, because obviously, it's an instant, situation where you just have to be yourself,
Mm, mm,
just like that,
mm,
right? I mean, obviously, that's why but even though certain things still get prepped beforehand and so forth and so forth.
mm.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Nerves.
Part of it, they're
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah.
You know, but
Well.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
that's yeah. I just wanted to just to add on that. You
Mm,
know, set moments.
yeah. Man. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is Sitwell Diamond, um, talking about set moments. You know,
Yes.
that's what we are busy discussing here. Set moments. Um, yeah, yeah. This is basically what we're starting now. Um,
Yeah.
just talks of set moments and
Yeah.
other talks, I suppose, revolving sets and
Yeah.
everything
There's a
else.
lot to unpack.
Production. There's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
There's a lot to address. So here, cool. Here we go.
Here we go.
Nice. Yeah. And cut.